Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another River Channel broadcast of the Hudson High School in Wisconsin girls soccer team. Tonight we have a matchup between the hometown Hudson Raiders in blue, playing from left to right on your screen, playing the Richmond Tigers, the visiting Tigers in white, playing from right to left on your screen. So, beautiful night for soccer here, and full disclosure, this is a recorded version that I'm announcing over, so I'm going to do my best. I don't always get to see everything on the field based on whatever the camera is doing, but it's exciting nonetheless. So here we go. Looks like a little back and forth action here. This is the third game of the season for the Raiders. The Raiders so far are 2-0 with a victory over Superior and a victory over Wisconsin Rapids under the belt for the Raiders. Both shutout victories for the Raiders. So we'll see if they can keep that going here tonight against the Tigers. For those of you that aren't familiar, New Richmond is a neighboring community to Hudson, so these are definitely a rivalry here between these two teams. New Richmond is a bit east and north of Hudson, but these girls probably played against each other quite a bit over the summer. It looks like you see a lot in the Big Rivers Conference. So here we go with the game being played, and again, just a lot of back and forth here, which is pretty common in the beginning. Teams try to figure each other out. It's still early in the season, and they're still obviously trying to figure out what they have for chemistry and things like that as well. Goody. I do not have a roster for New Richmond, so I will not be able to really share any of their names. But we'll certainly point out the finer aspects of what they accomplished today. And always good to have our neighboring teams visiting Hudson. Goody. Here's a nice through ball by New Richmond. There seems to be a lot of offensive pressure from New Richmond, something Hudson did not see in their first couple games. And should be a good battle from the looks of it. Goody. Likely, looks like it's going to probably be a physical match as well, which is also very fun to watch and makes things very interesting. So, goody. Ball gets out wide there to Gracie Nell of the Raiders. Put it up the line. And it's going to get out of bounds. That'll be a throw for New Richmond. Goody. Hudson Raider girls have had a lot of success, a lot of conference titles over the last few years. One trip to state a few years ago. Here we go. New Richmond getting the ball way out on top, but with a good opportunity. And it looks like the Raiders have started their freshman goalkeeper today, Sophia Yakub, number 27. I believe the first two games, Hannah Kendhammer, a junior goalkeeper for the Raiders, started, but Sophia getting some early action here, which is always good. Raiders play that short and try to get it out. New Richmond's trying to make them pay. Defense is definitely getting tested here early by the Raiders. Good. A lot of contact there, but not really enough to warrant the screen pick. It's a whole different kind of foul when you're in the box. And that certainly wasn't going to be one that in most cases would give a free kick. So, but you got to be careful because those free kicks do come and they can definitely hurt. So, goody. The Raiders this year are under new leadership with Erin Gehring taking over the helm from Coach Steve Solom, who coached the Raiders girls for many years and is still continuing to coach the boys. But Erin will be taking over, and we're excited about what she's going to accomplish with these girls this year and for many years to come. So big through ball there, trying to get that down to Kalia Heyer, I think, and that is Allie Stubendick, number 16, and was just a little out of reach of Allie to get to that. But the Raiders finally get the ball in their offensive half, and we'll see how long we can keep it here and if they can start to string some things together offensively and put a little pressure on the Tigers here. So far, it's largely been all Tigers tonight in this matchup so far. Goody. Number 11, Armando Rancinici in there, applying a bit of defensive pressure and forcing that ball out of bounds. Gracie Nell with the throw here. Quick throw into Rancinici, and she's kind of forced out by the defense. Another Raiders throw. We're about 5.5 minutes into the match with a score of 0-0. To Rancinici. Again, Gracie Nell's going to let that go out of bounds and take a quick throw, and this time to Subadic. Nice turn around the defense, a nice cutback move. Sends the ball across nicely. Nobody home for the Raiders. Everybody a little over pursued there. Got ahead of the ball, and so a nice crossing opportunity. Good to see that happening for the Raiders, and stick a long ball in, and New Richmond's goalkeeper was able to handle that one. Ball back to the Raiders defense and quickly sent deep up to the offense. Dominic with a beautiful corner through ball there to Gracie. Gracie puts a nice cross on there too. Oh, man. Tigers get ahead on it, but the Raiders were there to take a shot, but it had to be an awkward one because it kind of went right to a Raider who was kind of just standing. It's very hard to get a good shot off when you're kind of flat-footed. And it's all about timing. It's all about sometimes just luck as to where that ball is going to go off somebody's head. But Raiders are knocking on the door a bit down there. Nice through balls down deep. Rancinici sends a nice ball through. Get out to Subadic. Going to have throw in. Oh, actually going to be a New Richmond throw in. Waste no time to get a quick ball in. On a fun match so far. A lot of back and forth. Both teams with some time offensively with the ball, and big play there by Maggie McConnell, the anchor of the Raiders defense, playing the center defensive back position. And she clears that ball out of bounds, and the Tigers throw it. Throw in there. Olivia Petty open out. Gracie Nell all the way back on defense. She's down in the corner playing offense, and down in the opposite corner playing defense. So running the whole field. There's a through ball to Rancinici. A little out of her reach. But the Tigers decided to just tap that out of bounds, and looks like we're going to have some substitutions here. Potentially. Nope, just a throw in, I guess. Lily Low in the game for the Raiders there with a nice little pass back. Raiders going for a big through ball, but it's way too far ahead of Rancinici, and handled adeptly by the Tigers goalkeeper. Trying to send that through, but Nevaeh Tillman was there to play some good defense, stop that attack. Now it'll be a Raiders throw-in. Olivia Petty there, number 24, going after the ball. And offensively there, playing defense, number 8 for the Raiders. Nice takeaway there by Natalie Rampton from the offensive side of things. And again, the Raiders send the ball very deep, too far for the offense to get to. And the Tigers defense gets the clear. Petty's there to pick it up. Tillman sends it in to Rampton. Going to send a big ball through to... Oh! Nice, actually a really nice play, Gracie Nell, right there. Good crossing through ball, a good angle. Did not necessarily see what happened there. Glancing at the roster for a few things, and somehow it looks like the goalkeeper a little shaken up. Goody. All right, referee was about to signal to stop the clock, but if that has to happen, then I believe the goalkeeper will have to come out of the game, and I don't think New Richmond clearly doesn't want that. So they play on, and the goalkeeper gets to give the punt that she was going to take in the first place. Ball on the Raiders there, a little hip check or hold, and New Richmond now with the free kick from deep in their territory. Goody. Maggie McConnell with the clear there. Goody. Ball up to Rancinici. Goody. Another nice through ball, but just a little too much, and the goalkeeper is able to beat the Raiders to that ball. Goody. We're low in the middle of the field, and Petty. Goody. Tigers are all over the place, and they are harassing the Raiders, unlike I've seen from any other match the last few years. Little collision there with Rancinici and the defender of the Tigers. That's going to happen sometime. Not everything's a foul. It's just somebody falls over or people run into each other. Rancinici with another nice little through ball attempt, but just not the right angle for Gracie Nell to do anything with. And again, the New Richmond goalkeeper handles that ball and will give it a punt. Sort of seeing the tide twist after maybe the first 4 minutes where New Richmond really dominated play. Now the Raiders are tending to hold this ball in their offensive half. No great opportunities, but this is clearly getting to be a very physical match. Another foul on the Raiders, but there's kind of a lot of shoulders coming in, a lot of people looking for contact on both sides, so this is going to be an entertaining one. About 12 and a half minutes into the match, and we are still at 0-0. Raiders elect to put that ball out of bounds, and New Richmond have a throw in deep in their own territory. Not had a lot of shots yet, so we've had no corner kicks, and I'm not even sure we've had a goal kick yet, so can't speak of the devil. First goal kick of the match, I believe. Freshman Sophia Yakub in the game. Going to give it a ride here, and looks like we're holding up for maybe some substitutions. Nope. Just a brief pause. Ball gets out to Nevaeh Tillman. Plays it into Olivia Petty. Big ball by New Richmond, trying to send it through, but that was way ahead of their offense. Tillman again out on the sideline. Sends the ball up. The Raiders had a little miscommunication on what they were doing there, but again, Tillman there to take the ball, tries to get it out wide. Raiders picking some good angles for passes there, and not sure what that call was. I did not think that ball went out of bounds, but maybe my perspective here is a little bit different. So, and obviously what I think doesn't really matter. It's what the goalkeeper is calling. It's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers after we have a shoe tied. We're ticking down to just over 14 minutes into this match so far. We had one shot on goal so far by the Raiders and a 0-0 score at this point. And here we go. Richmond with a big toss in. able to get it off the rebound. Good team defense there by the Raiders. Really Rampton set it up, and Lily Rouleau took the ball away. That's really kind of textbook defense when you can make it happen. One person sort of is forcing the offensive player with the ball in a certain direction, and then another player sweeps in and takes the ball away because there's not really much way for a cutback or put a move on because they're being pressured by the other defender. Now it looks like we're having probably our first substitutions of the match here. Looks like it was an overcast, maybe a kind of cooler night. Subs are in. Looks like we've got Maggie Salama in, number 2 with the throw. Maggie's a junior striker and a fierce competitor, so it's good to see her back in the match. Leah Tillman there again, keeping that ball out of the defensive half. Throw in here for Tillman. She goes for a big kick down the field, way ahead of everybody, easily handled by New Richmond goalkeeper, who will give it a punt here. Raiders there to get on the punt, but kind of a 50-50. New Richmond ends up with the ball. Bunch of headers, and New Richmond's advancing now. There's Maggie McConnell to disrupt that attack again in the center. Again, lots of just good action here. Both teams really pressuring each other a lot, so we're not seeing a lot of passing sequences due to the tenacious defense they're playing on each other right now. If this intensity will continue, I mean, each of these teams may be strung together 3 consecutive passes before a lot of disruption happens. Good play there. Gets it out wide to Salama. Maybe a little too wide, but Maggie's able to get there and step up. But it does go off New Richmond. In New Richmond side, that was off Salama, but the referee is calling for a corner kick. So this will be a real legitimate opportunity for the Raiders to do something. You can see the wind is at the Raiders' back, so that might be helping them have some, I think they're just maybe edging out New Richmond a bit in time of possession, but it's darn close. And this wind could be helpful on a corner kick here, depending on what Salama does with it. So here we go. That's a really nice kick. Oh, wow. Kind of a little tight to the goal, but it was deep enough that the goalkeeper was not going to be able to get a hand on it, and they don't know which Raider it was streaking in, but the angles and the timing were just off a hair. But that was a beautiful attempt by the Raiders there, and it's going to be a goal kick here for the Tigers now. So again, if you're just kind of popping into this, we have the New Richmond High School Tigers girls soccer team in white, playing from right to left on your screen. They are visiting Hudson Raiders Stadium in Hudson, Wisconsin, and the Hudson girls soccer team in blue, playing from left to right on your screen right now. Raiders uniforms are actually kind of a grayish blue, but Raider colors really are blue and white. And so that's the focus here. This broadcast is brought to you by the River Channel, and we're excited to bring Hudson High School soccer to people all over the country and world potentially who want to tune in and see some great soccer and see their children, their nieces and nephews and friends and grandchildren. We welcome all of you, and it's fun to be here. I am unaware, since I am announcing this off of a recorded version of the game. I'm not sure who the cameraman was, and I say cameraman because it's always one or two gentlemen that I work with, and but they always do a great job, and we're getting some great camera action here following. So a lot of action. So good job to the camera team and sound team to be all over this. Richmond, again, trying to get something going here. They get it deep, but Maggie McConnell's there to close things down for the Raiders defense again. Along with our team, I'm Jeff Ian. I am the Hudson High School soccer announcer for girls soccer in the spring and for boys soccer in the fall. I coached Hudson traveling soccer for many years and a number of school level teams in Minnesota for many years when I was still a teacher and worked in the schools over there. So about 30 years of coaching under my belt, and I was a high school player, dabbled a bit in other forums after high school as well. So I love the game, and it's super fun to be part of the high school adventures of the boys and girls here in Hudson. Now to Richmond again, starting to rebuild the control that we saw at the beginning of the match. And we're starting to see the ball a bit more in the Raiders' half right now. We're now over 21 minutes into the match. About halfway through the first half. Still 0-0. Big play there. Raiders get the ball, but the goalkeeper came way out and nailed it off the Raiders, or off the goalkeeper. I think maybe she got her hand up, but the ball maybe hitting her in the head a little bit, but must be okay. It's going to be I think the ball did end up going out of bounds. And, nope, yeah, so it's going to be a goal kick here. And Richmond's going to take the kick. Still 0-0. Heck of a match so far. Wow, great takeaway by Rouleau. And Lily sends that ball in, but way ahead of everybody. Raiders goalkeeper is there to take it back. Or the Tigers goalkeeper is there to take it back. Ball gets deep, but gets out of bounds. And it's going to be a New Richmond throw-in. Seems like me, a lot of people thought it was going to be a Raiders throw, but it isn't. Now it's a Raiders throw. Avea Tillman over there. Taking that throw in. Quick turn by the Raider, but the side ref saying that ball went out of bounds too and was another Tiger throw-in here. Here comes the throw. McConnell with another nice takeaway there, back on the defensive line. Rancinici trying to do a little give and go, but that ball was way too far ahead. But sometimes it feels like it's right, so it's super hard. And I always say, when you try to do something with your foot, you just don't have the control that you have maybe in throwing a basketball or a baseball. So many dimensions to moving that ball with your feet. So even though sometimes it looks like it should be easy, it's not. So here we go. Ball again, series of throw-ins. Watch it back and forth. Something's going to break sooner or later. It's either going to be a some kind of a big penalty, I'm sure, or a real breakaway that's going to make something interesting happen. So let's see what happens here. Lots of pressure on the Raiders there. McConnell hanging tough, though, and gets that ball out of bounds. Raiders are always fortunate to have a solid group of volunteers, usually youth soccer teams that show up, and you can see fetching the balls off the sidelines so that we can keep the play going, so that the players don't have to exert extra energy to chase down balls, and just keeps the flow of play going really quickly, which makes it a lot more fun for everybody. Again, New Richmond holding the ball in the offensive half for quite a ways. They get a sneaky little cross there, but the Raiders get the clear, and that's going to be another Tigers throw-in, but we're going to pull a few subs here. So Ava Brown in the match for the Raiders. Again, Richmond knocking on the door there. A little takeaway in the box, and they get it off the Raiders, and now New Richmond is going to have their first corner kick, and first probably close to the first true scoring, but they decide to play it short, and that can be dangerous, as you just saw right there, because it does open the door to not getting any offensive chance. So there's always that gamble when you play a corner kick short that you're not going to get any chance out of it, versus putting that ball in where you always will have some kind of chance to score. But sometimes that's a good strategy to mix things up. That time it was good for the Raiders. A little back and forth there. Raiders down, took the ball hard off the head. Looks like that is Hannah Lundeen, senior on the team for the Raiders. She's feeling all right, though. Popped right back up. And as a tough competitor, sometimes when you get hit like that, it's not that you're hurt. It's just is kind of shocking. I can remember those days as a player, and even as a coach. I got hit on the sideline a few times in the head, especially in tournaments where there's games behind you, and it's just surprising to sometimes get hit with the ball in the face. Anyway, I'm glad Hannah popped right back up, and we're back to playing. We're now about 27 minutes into this match, and it's been a good one. No scoring, but definitely entertaining and definitely well balanced. I'd really say time of possession is very close between these two teams. And Richmond controlling it now. A little ball trickling through there off the Raiders. Not the clear they wanted, but ultimately the Raiders are able to get that ball out of bounds. And Richmond will have the throw. Quick throw in by New Richmond. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. And the Raiders defense dodges the attack there. And we'll see if they can turn this around and push things up the field and get some offense going now. Sophia Yakub picking her target. Plays it short, not wide. That's Salama. Another nice play by Salama, but she had a little bit of a push off before that. And now Richmond's going to have a free kick here. And this gets to be where it's a little bit more dangerous. This is when you can pop into the scoring area, and you never know what's going to happen in the scrum. A nice high ball, right kind of where you want it, but the Raiders were right there and played that really well defensively to get it out. But New Richmond staying on it. Right now they're winning the midfield and keeping the ball in the offensive half. Quick ball into Petty. He's going to try to send it deep, but didn't quite get all of it taken back by New Richmond. And that ball's a little out of reach of Ava Brown, and the Tigers get a throw in. This is a big Rivers Conference matchup here, so an important game, largely because in the spring, the girls just don't play a lot of conference games. In the fall, there's more time on the schedule. I think the weather, cooperates a bit, and usually the boys will play many opponents, if not all of them, play them twice a year. But in the spring here, it's a little bit shorter, and in the conference, they play each other once. So it'll be the one time until maybe the playoffs that these teams will play. But New Richmond, not sure about the girls sections, but in the boys section, New Richmond's in a different level of state play. So anyway, it's a heck of a match, though, whether that's the case or not. New Richmond really playing tenacious defense, and now they've got some numbers, and they're trying to put together something. But the Raiders are there, and the defense, I'd say, the match against Superior, the Raiders' defense did not have much action, but they are certainly being challenged in this match so far, and so far they're up to the test. 0-0 score. Again, going for a little through ball. New Richmond is there, but when they get the ball back out, Raiders ultimately collected on the sideline here and push it up the field. Maybe a Raiders throw it. Everybody's collecting their breath here a little bit, I think. Now down to about 9 minutes in the first half. Score is still 0-0. New Richmond coming in quick and fast here on the attack again. Really working the ball in. Uh-oh, here comes the ball in the center. Good slide tackle. Good slide tackle. Sometimes that looks like maybe it's a foul, but when you slide tackle and get the ball first, it is not a trip, and that is exactly what happened there. And the ref and AR were all over it. So nice job to the ref. Good play, though. New Richmond knocking on the door. Raiders probably seeing a little more of the New Richmond offense than they want. See if they can turn this around here and put something together here in the last 8 minutes or so in the first half. Olivia Petty with the throw. New Richmond taking that throw, though, back. And both teams really playing tenacious defense. New Richmond, though, probably now winning the battle of time of possession. The last about 10 minutes, 12 minutes has really been all New Richmond, at least in the New Richmond offensive half. Some Petty. There's a foul on Kalia Hire, or on New Richmond on Kalia Hire. And Kalia is a tough, strong player, and she trying to maneuver there and was getting held and shielded inappropriately, and now the Raiders will have a free kick here. A little bit deep to do anything dangerous with, but still can get that ball advanced nicely. Rampant put that ball in. Actually, that was pretty good boot. Raiders trying to catch the goalkeeper out a little bit. Just not enough height on that ball, though, and Raiders may be getting back on offensive track here. It'd be good to see. I mean, Richmond, though, gets that ball deep. They're pushing a 3. Slew of Raiders coming into the match, about 5 substitutions here. So some fresh legs for the last 6 minutes or so, and see what they are going to be able to do against New Richmond. So far, New Richmond's defense is very strong. Raiders had 2 shots. I think they called that last play a shot, which is fine. But really, New Richmond's defense has been held very strong and held the Raiders to not really very high quality up. Oh, there's a sneaky through ball, little cross. Richmond player kind of on her own there, able to collect it, but not really able to get much on that ball. So the Raiders goal kick here. Comes Maggie McConnell. Try to send a big ball up and get that ball out of the defensive end, but Richmond winning a lot of 50-50 balls. So there's a quick cutback. And the Raiders give it a clear. Regroup. Richmond keeping the pressure on, though. Nice step up by Olivia Petty. Great play by Hannah Dean there. I think that was Hannah. No, I think that was actually who am I thinking? Rampant, Natalie Rampant. Ref saw a foul way back. Not sure where that happened, but sometimes they allow a little advantage to see what happens, and it must have been that kick. So Raiders get a free kick, but kind of as we've seen, Richmond collecting a lot of those 50-50 balls. Not always doing much with them, but they're winning a lot of them. They gave Maggie McConnell with a quick throw in. A lot of white there, and they're able to get a little clear. It's going to be another Raiders throw. We're now down to under 4 minutes in the half. Good takeaway there by New Richmond. McConnell, or Maggie Farm again with another ball, and she sends a long shot in. And sometimes you can catch the goalkeeper out of position, catch him sleeping a little bit. Raiders trying to take advantage of that wind advantage. Not a bad attempt, but goes wide. And now the New Richmond goalkeeper will take a goal kick here. He likes to play it short and then send it high up the sideline. The errant pass there by the Raiders gets taken by the Tigers, but the Raiders win it back. Raiders just not getting a lot of time to breathe. Richmond is all over. Anytime a Raider gets the ball, the Tigers are all over them. Really playing defense a lot like the Raiders do on their opponents. Don't see a lot of that here in Hudson, of the opposing team being kind of as defensively minded as we are. So it's fun to watch. Down to 2.5 minutes in the first half. Score of 0-0. Raiders with 2 shots on goal. New Richmond with none. You can see that's a very defensive matchup when you see those numbers. Anna Huntley there with a good takeaway. Gets it over to McConnell, who sends it over to Ava Brown. Raiders are going to try to work it up the line, but I think that ball went out of bounds. And New Richmond will have a throw-in at about the 2-minute mark here. Both teams would love to go into halftime with something on the board. So we'll see if the Raiders can do it, or at least maybe the Raiders can hopefully keep New Richmond off the board. Raiders trying to sneak a little through ball through, but nobody there for it. Raiders send a good angled ball out. It was high speed of play here. Lots of attacking D. So you got to move quickly. You got to choose quickly what you're going to do. Here's Solano with another throw. Olivia Petty. Stubendick back in the match. So I'm all over it again, trying to get it up to Stubendick. We're now down to 1 minute in the first half here.
1 minute remaining.
Big clear by New Richmond. Well, both teams would love to score. They also both really don't want to give anything up. So big clears are the order of the day for this type of time during the match. And the Raiders get it. They send a nice low clear ball there. Nice little through ball. Then again, kind of a boot down the field. No way any Raiders going to be able to get on that. And New Richmond's able to clear. The Raiders throw in here.
10, 9, 8.
And this
7,
is going to be the end of the first
6,
half. And
5, 4,
hang on, folks.
3,
We're going to have a big second
2,
half here. It's a
1.
0-0 game
Halftime.
going into halftime. All right, folks, back for the second half here. And
Let's have a good second half, ladies.
a new 40-minute clock is set. The teams have switched sides, so your hometown Hudson High School Raiders in blue are playing from right to left on your screen now, and the visiting New Richmond Tigers in white, they're playing from left to right on your screen. First half really was exemplified by tremendous defense. Both teams all over each other. Anytime somebody would get the ball, there'd be defense on them. Not many long strings of passing happening because of the defense. Very, very balanced match. I'd probably give New Richmond a slight edge in the time of possession, but really was probably very close. And you can see it's 0-0, and only 2 shots on goal for the whole first half. They were both by the Raiders, but they I would not say were high quality scoring opportunities. But nonetheless, we've got a heck of a match here, folks. Raiders get a little clear out. It's going to be a New Richmond throw-in. You can tell it's getting darker and darker at Hudson High School Stadium. Beautiful soccer stadium and football stadium in Hudson with a great setting right on Vine Street. So the whole community, when driving by down one of the main roads, can see the stadium and feel the excitement of the lights and all of that at night. It's just a great atmosphere. New Richmond trying to make something happen. Ball takes a weird hop off her foot and going to give the Raiders a goal kick here. Freshman goalkeeper Sophia Yakub back in for the second half, and Raiders with the goal kick. Big ride there on that ball. Raiders try to push it up into the offensive half. Really not had much offense yet. We're only 2 minutes into the second half, but it's been all New Richmond offensively for the most part, although they haven't really put any shots on goal or anything, but they've had more time of possession in their offensive half. And I get a little nervous sometimes when I'm watching because I cannot always see where some of the players are on my screen. I see a ball moving and I'm not sure what's going to happen. So it's a bit intriguing for me to announce here off the recording. So again, this broadcast, if you're just tuning into the second half, brought to you by the River Channel here in Hudson, Wisconsin. And my name's Jeff Ian, the announcer, and I'm glad to be here announcing this recorded game for you to enjoy in YouTube. Most home games will be announced live. They'll be typically always broadcast live by the River Channel. It does depend on my schedule, unfortunately. I do travel for work, and have had a couple other crazy real-world conflicts that kept me from the first couple games here, but the games should always be aired on YouTube and on, I believe, Facebook. If you look up the Hudson High School page there or the River Channel page, they'll be broadcasting those games live. Whole bunch of substitutes for the Raiders here at about the 4-minute mark of the second half. Like Raina Fort in the game for the Raiders and Nevaeh Tillman back in among some others. It'll be challenging to see all the numbers for the Raiders. Ball comes in. Ransonacci just a hair behind that one. So the Raiders starting to put together a little offensive connections here. Petty gives a nice little play back there. Big strong run by New Richmond there to take the ball, but Nevaeh Tillman's there to take it back. She sends a nice ball to the corner. Raiders trying to string together some balls there. Very lucky there wasn't a handball there. It was close, but no dice on the handball box on Richmond, and probably the right call. And big throw in here for Richmond. Raiders starting to put some pressure on, though. Here comes Ransonacci again, bringing it down, trying to split the three. And Ransonacci with a little too much shoulder there. I think she was expecting more. Probably was expecting more contact from New Richmond's defense there, and they didn't. And she was ready for it, and a worthy foul. Here comes the free kick for New Richmond. They send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a Raiders throw-in. Here's Britta Holter with the throw. Britta's a junior defender for the Raiders, but also plays all over the place at times. So good to see Britta back in the match. And New Richmond trying to string together. It's a nice little play there and able to use some speed. And they go for a big through ball, but that one is way ahead of them. Not seen a lot of that. I think they're misjudging the speed of this turf. Still early in the season, too. These ladies have not had a lot of time playing outside and with each other. There's a lot of chemistry issues just within teams right now at the beginning of the season. So you kind of see those long balls that we're not got to get that timing down, that distance down, that touchdown to put that ball where you want it. Raiders force a goal kick here, and Sophia Yakub will line up to put this ball down the field for her team, see if they can get on the offensive attack again. We're now 7 minutes into the second half. Score remains 0-0. Here's Nevaeh Tillman. Sends a big left foot. Man, she's got a strong leg. Sends a really nice ball to field, too. Comes Holter. Got a little time. Closing the gap, though. Able to get a little left cross on, but not probably not as much as Britta would have liked there. But nonetheless, they throw the throw in, and here comes Holter. It into Subindick, but it is off of alley and is going to be a goal kick for New Richmond. Allie Subindick, one of the seniors on this team, a striker. Had an excellent season last year and looking to continue that this year in her senior campaign here for the Raiders. So it's been continued in the second half to be much like the first half, a very defensive match. Lots of pressure on the ball. Might be starting to see teams show a little fatigue. Again, it's early in the season. and playing outside, a little cool. This intensity is going to start to show. Might show also in the emotions and possible penalties. We'll see what happens. That's a really nice through ball there, and a heck of a shot. That was a heck of an angled through ball, and just a quick
Goal
shot.
for the Richmond Tigers, number 3, Sienna Gaspard.
Sienna Gaspard. I'm hearing the announcing off the recording. That was a heck of a goal. Actually, Raiders' defense wasn't bad. Sophia Yakum was where she was supposed to be. That was just off of a kind of a weird, not a weird, but a challenging angle. The New Richmond player, she one-touched that shot in the perfect spot, and it was a heck of a play. I'm not sure many goalkeepers would have been able to do anything with that shot. So kudos to Richmond for striking first, their first shot on goal, and it's a goal. Raiders now got to buckle down and get action of their own here, make some shots happen. Inadvertent handball on Olivia Petty there is going to give New Richmond a free kick. Lots of time. We've got 31 minutes left in this match for the Raiders to come back and put a goal or two on here as well. But again, hats off to New Richmond. That was a heck of a pass and a heck of a shot. Right, kind of just a one-touch shot. Pretty great shot, I gotta say. Looks like we're gonna have a couple substitutions here for the Raiders. Lily Rouleau looks like she's back in the match. New Richmond again, challenging every ball and winning a lot of them, much like the Raiders usually do too. But here's another nice little passing combo by New Richmond, but Natalie Rampton there to disrupt it. One of those games where everybody's got to help on defense on both sides, or could see things really get crazy. Woo! Raiders had an opportunity there. Rampton and Holter breaking in for kind of a ball, kind of not sitting there, but moving kind of slowly, and but the New Richmond goalkeeper there to snatch it up just before they're able to get there. Real battle in the middle of the field there, man. It's tough to see. That's a really, that's a tight call, but referee has a much better view than I do, and that's an offside on the Raiders. A lot of time still in this match. As we said, it's still 28 and a half minutes. This is still anybody's match. 1-0 is not comfortable for anybody. And there you see the Tigers have a real miscue that can cost you down the line if you have too many of those. But Raiders not able to capitalize, and New Richmond has another defender there too. So Raiders just not getting a lot of time to breathe when they get the ball, and needing to make very quick decisions, much like we see on the other side of the ball as well. Big ball up. And Richmond playing tough there. Ball is a little strong. So that a bounds would be a goal kick for the Raiders. Here we go. Kick for the Raiders, sends it up. Raiders kicking into the wind now. Looks like a fairly strong wind in the first half when you see the flags. And there you go. You can see that corner flag really blowing and waving. And that's what the Raiders are playing into. So you're not going to see the big long kick from the Raiders this half. And they're going to have to work that ball a little bit more with their passing up the field. Throwing now for New Richmond. Comes the surge from Rouleau, trying to make something happen here, and Raiders will get a throw in and keep this moving down to their offensive path. Something's called back. Maybe the referee changed the call and is giving the throw to New Richmond. I'm not sure what whether we're having substitutions. Nope, I guess side judge called the Hudson throw, but the center must have overturned that. Gave Richmond. Raiders with a nice little support pass there back to be able to clear that ball and create a little space. I have to say, I did not see New Richmond last season. It must have been an away game for the Raiders, so I did not actually see them play. But this is a heck of a team this year. Lots of very aggressive play, showing some definite skill. Good challenge for the Raiders here right now. McConnell with the clear, kicks it out of bounds. Everyone gearing up for this throw, even though there are the helpers that sometimes can take a little bit to get the ball in. And it looks like there's a few substitutions going on, which certainly will become part of especially if this score stays close, substituting will play a very crucial part in the outcome. Tillman sends that ball up and nobody there to get on it. Rouleau being called for the high kick. Sometimes that's called and sometimes it's sort of a judgment play by the referees, I think. But that one was called, and now New Richmond sends a big high ball in. They had a player there, kind of was able to maybe get a little head or a shoulder or something on the ball, but gets cleared. But now it's going to be another New Richmond throw-in. Our score so far in about 57 minutes of play, New Richmond 1 and the Raiders of Hudson 0. Another throw-in. That's an inadvertent handball on New Richmond. That one was very clear to see from where I am, watching on the screen. And Maggie McConnell gearing up to take this ball, I believe. Big ball. Richmond, again, seemingly, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but really winning a lot of those 50-50 balls. Stillman trying to kind of move that ball around and clear it, but it goes off his foot a little bit awkwardly, and another Richmond throw-in. Good little putback there by Holter. Way higher there, trying to play it into the middle. Lots of New Richmond white jerseys in the middle at that moment. Now Raiders trying to send the through ball through. Whew. Gracie Nell there, but the defense of New Richmond just gets enough foot on it to get that one away from her. Otherwise, Gracie may have had some kind of an opportunity there. Raiders doing some subbing, it looks like, on this throw-in. Raiders trying to piece together something here in the offensive half, but I'm seeing a good 6 New Richmond defenders playing a little bit deep there. I think you're going to see that with a 1-0 lead now. They're going to be starting to cling to that. Petty with the ball now, trying to send it outside for Antonici. Aggie Salama there fighting it out, winning that battle, and we'll have a throw in. Quick turn there. I think that's Stubendick. Yep. Quick turn there, but not able to just get around. New Richmond seems very well matched on speed with the Raiders. Both teams seem very well matched overall with their passing technique and skill set. So this has just been a really closely balanced match so far through 60 minutes. Richmond clinging to a 1-0 lead. They've had one shot and they capitalized, and the Raiders had 2. So you can see the defenses have been strong when you're 60 minutes into a match. And there's only been 3 shots on goal. Antonici and Salama fighting out for that ball. It'll be a throw-in for New Richmond. Now down to 20 minutes left in the match. A lot of time for a lot to happen. Richmond with a little bit of a run there, but the Raiders with a really nice slide tackle takeaway. Ball comes into Rampton, disrupted there by the Tigers again. And Hannah Huntley not able to handle that ball, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers here. Ball up by the Tigers, and Yakub is there to collect it. She's going to give it a ride. Richmond trying to get the ball through, but the Raiders disrupt that. But Richmond tries again, sends it out wide. That's going to be a Raiders throw-in. We're now down to about just under 18 minutes left in this match. The Richmond Tigers with a 1-0 lead over the hometown Hudson Raiders. If you're just tuning in, the Richmond Raiders, or New Richmond Tigers, in white. The visiting team playing from right to left on your screen, and the hometown Hudson Raiders in blue playing from left to right. Salama on the sideline trying to get something going. Petty with a good touch out there, but nobody home. Richmond really attacking right now defensively, even though they're in their offensive half. Trying to do everything they can to keep that ball down in the scoring area. But the Raiders end up with the goal kick. Big ride there. Fight the win. That was a heck of a kick. Petty with the interception, but kind of takes a tough hop off her, and letting Richmond put that ball out across the end line. That'll be a Raiders throw or a Raiders goal kick here. Another big through ball by New Richmond, but a ways out of the way, but Yakub is able to handle it. Raiders trying to pass that ball up the field now. Nice cutback move there by Raina Fort up to Olivia Petty. Tries to send a kind of angling through ball, but a little bit low trajectory made New Richmond able to take that ball away. Richmond showing a little run here, a little speed. Makes it through. And a little extra shove after the play by the Raiders. And it looks like the ref
Penalty kick for New Richmond.
is calling a penalty kick here on that play. Like number 7 of on the Tigers, gearing up, taking a long run back, giving himself a lot of space to move up on this. Yakub is getting ready. Oh, Yakub makes a great save. Oh! And then, wow, you do not see that often. That kick wasn't that a bad shot. Yakub, made the save. She could have got, and there's a sneaky ball through to the Raiders. Whoo! What a quick turn of events there. Holy cat. So, New Richmond had the penalty kick, and it was saved by Sophia Yakub, a great save. And then New Richmond got the second shot off, the rebound shot, and hits it off the post. And then the Raiders bring it all the way down and gear up for, wow, I had to pause to see what happened there. And a breakaway that gets disrupted by New Richmond's goalkeeper, and then it comes all the way down to Yakub again. And a decent long ball. Yakub makes the save, but it spins off her. And, man, we've got some great action here, folks. Hopefully you're all watching this and enjoying the great soccer we're seeing. Back and forth action. Two well-matched teams. Just fun to watch. I'm sure there's a lot both teams would like to be doing differently or better, but when you're playing defense like they both are, it's awfully hard to do it. Here comes Allie Steuben-Dick. Gets off a shot and saved by New Richmond. Now both teams with 3 shots on goal so far, so we're kind of picking up the pace offensively. And teams are starting to feel a little bit of urgency from the Raiders again. There's Ransonici. I think she was called offside, though. About 13 and a half minutes left. Raiders continue to trail New Richmond by a score of 1-0, but they're doing a lot to try to get that score at least tied here. New Richmond has a free kick off the offside penalty. With the wind, Richmond's got the wind advantage now, too, so it's always nice to have the wind and a lead. Richmond trying to do a little razzle-dazzle between two. They get through. Richmond chooses to try to sneak that ball tight to the post. Yakub was there and made a nice save. It's going to be now a corner kick for New Richmond. Richmond, I think if they had chosen to kind of cross that ball a little differently, might have been able to tap that one in, but it's always tough to know what to do at the last second. New Richmond looks like they might be playing up to two-person. Hard to say. It's like a little razzle-dazzle. Yeah, trying to play short. Going to be, that went off New Richmond. So, playing it short did not really pan out for New Richmond there. And they're able to take the goal kick. Throw in here. Looks like that's Hannah Lundeen over there. Now throwing for New Richmond. We're down to about 11 and a half minutes. Raina Fort fighting it out in the middle. It's been a very physical game, but not like blatantly physical. The penalty kick foul was probably one of the more flagrant fouls, but was even. We're seeing a lot of hips now, a little bit of shoulder, a little bit of pushing and holding. Ref called the foul here. Calling it on the Raiders. I think he could have probably called that one either way, but it's going to be a free kick for New Richmond here. New Richmond goes big. Oh! Big shot over Sophia Yakub. She got her hands up, but just couldn't quite grab onto that, and it goes in over Sophia, unfortunately, and now New Richmond's going to hold that 2-goal lead with about a little over 10 minutes or so in the match.
Goal for the New Richmond Tigers, Stella Nielsen.
Raiders got some work ahead of them now. New Richmond now out shooting the Raiders by a margin of 5-3 and leading by a score of 2-0. But I've seen this girls team score goals very quickly. So even with 10 minutes left, this match is far from over. We'll see if they can put something together here. They're going to have to take some shots. Maybe from distance. New Richmond really using that wind advantage. That wind certainly helping with that shot. It was a great shot. It was well placed. Yakub just sort of missed it a bit. But it was a blazing shot from distance. So that's going to be very challenging to save. Yakub has played a great game. Stopping a PK, stopping another tough play right on the post. She had a great game overall. And see if we can stick it out here for the last 9 minutes. See if the Raiders can claw their way back into this one and at least get something on the board to start with. Looks like New Richmond's going to have a corner kick here. Now they're going long. Big play, big head by New Richmond, but wide of the goal. And Raiders are going to gear up with a goal kick here with about 8.5 minutes or so left. Raiders sending it up deep. They need to get the ball up the field rapidly, and they need to start making some scoring opportunities here. They're pressuring. Ellie Stubendick again trying to get something, and she gets at least get something on the goal. But again, New Richmond's goalkeeper taking care of business. Comes the Tigers again, streaking down the sideline. Played off Holter there, and that'll be a New Richmond throw. Going real low with a nice takeaway there. Really good play by Lily. The clear, though, goes out of bounds, and that's going to now be a New Richmond throw. And as can be done I guess that ball went out of bounds much sooner than we thought. New Richmond strategically substituting, eating the clock. Never comfortable with a 2-goal lead, but with 7 minutes left, you start to become more comfortable. Because you never know if you can the other team might get a PK of its own, add it to another goal. It can happen quickly. I've seen it many, many times. But New Richmond's defense, again, still playing strong. Sending that ball out wide. Holter right there to get the throw. She's waiting. Low. Olivia Petty. It's a hard collision. Raiders go for clear there and can't really get it. And New Richmond's there, but can't actually do much with it either. Both defenses still playing strong. So New Richmond capitalizing earlier this half with really a tremendous one-touch shot at a tough angle, and then with a long kick attempt with the wind sends one over Yakub's head of the Raiders, and that's their 2 goals. I think Olivia Petty maybe shaken up on that play, and ref pauses the game for a moment so Olivia can get off and the new player on for the Raiders. Clock stops. About 5.5 minutes left in this match. See if the Raiders can get something going here. Raina Fort for the Raiders. Richmond, though, again, tough on the D. Gets the clear. Richmond putting the ball out of bounds will be a Raiders throw. Creeping into about 5 minutes left in the match. New Richmond continues the lead 2-0. It's a very rare match for me to see any Hudson team without a score. So I'm cautiously optimistic they will get something on the board here. Let's go, Raiders. Big clear down the field for New Richmond. Not really clear, but gave it a boot for some reason. And handled by Yakub. Raiders defense now trying to move that ball up to the strikers. It's up to Ransonici, who tries to do a quick through ball turn, but disrupted. That's a really nice ball there. Holter with the ball. Not sure what the call was there. Must have been some sort of offsides, I guess. Maybe I missed it on the ball to Holter. Must have been some sort of offside there. Now down under 4 minutes, folks. New Richmond Tigers with a 2-goal lead over the Raiders. trying to hold on for the Big Rivers Conference victory. Raiders head that ball back nicely. Rancinici getting it over to Stubendick. Rouleau tries to take a long ball shot, sends it wide. Down to about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Lopsided score to some degree, 2-0, but this game has been very, very close. New Richmond, probably they're really, other than, well, they had a PK too, I guess, so could have easily been 3-0, but Yakub made a great save for the Raiders to keep this one within striking distance. But New Richmond really taking advantage of some good opportunities to score, and the Raiders just not really able to put on any big offensive plays yet tonight. Still got a couple minutes left. The typical little breakaways and connecting shots of the Raiders, not there tonight. New Richmond's defense very, very stifling on the Raiders tonight. New Richmond very happy to just keep putting that ball out of bounds with now 2 minutes left. Keeps the clock ticking. Keeps the ball out of play. Huntley with the throw. Again out of bounds. Stubendick with the throw. Cleared out by the New Richmond defense, but only do about midfield. The Raiders continue to attack. Here's Lundeen. Tough takeaway there by New Richmond. Raiders trying to reconnect. Big clear by New Richmond. And that ball sneaks into the goal. It was a tough, you hate to see it. It's a painful experience for any player that you chasing that slow rolling ball and you just can't get there in time. But the third goal, and New Richmond now 3-0 lead with about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Yakub came out for it. Raiders defense was on the ball. Took a weird kind of snuck its way through. And now we're sitting here with New Richmond with a 3-0 lead. The Raiders just going to try to make something happen here, get on the board if possible. Down to 1 minute. Really a fine game overall, but New Richmond really played well.
1 minute remaining.
Their offense they did more to make the goals happen and to have some opportunities. They took some long shots, and it paid off for them tonight, along with some really fantastic defense by the Tigers. Raiders played well too, just didn't quite have their offensive. Didn't quite have the offense going as much as they typically do, and they'll learn from this one and come back strong. I have no doubt about that. This is a team that is never satisfied, even when they win. Nice play by Holter there. Love playing it out to the last minute. Gets a left-footed cross on, but just not enough under that.
10.
And here we go.
9,
we're at the end of it,
8,
folks. Thanks for tuning
7,
in.
6,
Congratulations,
5,
New Richmond.
4,
Very
3,
nice victory. Raiders
2,
played
1.
your hearts out.
Game.
You'll come back strong, and we'll see you at a future match. And thanks to River
Richmond
Channel
3,
again for broadcasting
0.
this game to you all. Thank you, everybody.
Hudson travels to Middleton this weekend. Good luck, Lady Raiders. Thank you, good night, and safe travels home.